You know, it's kind of crazy, right? That looks like a 68, but it obviously, like it says right there, is a 77. There's the 68, and just look at how small it is. It's certainly just a little bit fatter. You can see the back end, right? How this is a little bit more rounded than the 68. You can't really tell in this, but it's definitely not as round as like a traditional, you know, like a Ninja bottle or even the previous HK tanks. You can probably see it maybe a little better on the 68, how it's kind of like flattish at the top. That's the 77 from Ninja, their SL2, like their, you know, best, most current high-end tank or whatever. And if we just put them side by side, I mean, it's dramatic how much smaller they are. But just look at how much, like, you know, it's considerably shorter. I mean, it's like a good inch about shorter. So it's kind of crazy just how much shorter they are, but a little bit fatter. I mean, obviously it's very hard to tell right there, but it's slightly bigger around. You can kind of feel it when you're holding it, but obviously right away, the biggest thing we're going to notice is just how much this thing weighs. 1 pound, 15.8 ounces with that standard regulator on there. And, you know, I'm assuming that, you know, that weight on the side of the bottle, that 1 pound 12 ouncer is without the regulator, which makes sense because HK are also offering their Aerolite 2 Pro regulator on all of their bottles. So there's 68s, this 77, and then the 48 that just came out. And with these standard regulators, they are 215, and with their Pro regulator, or I should say the 77, I'm sorry, is 225, and with the Pro regulator, it's 300. That 68 right there is 215, and then with the Pro reg, they are 290. And I don't know, they also have the 48. I mean, I guess the 48's like 205 and 280 or something like that. So what do we get? We got 1 pound. Oh, God, oh my God. We got 1 pound, 5.8 ounces again. 77 SL2 is 2 pounds, 5 ounces. So 5.4 ounces. So we could say 6 ounces. I mean, 6 ounces is really kind of considerable. You think that it doesn't sound like all that much, but that's probably like, you know, I don't know, 18, 20-ish% lighter or something like that. And it's considerably smaller. So I know a lot of people, maybe you prefer that 68 tank size, and then going with one of these 66 or 77s, the new Alpha, it's not going to feel any much different than using just a normal 68. And this is kind of what I wanted to see too. So this is this is the tank that I use all the time. The Ninja, or the, gosh damn, the HK Army Aerolite 2, and then that is their Pro regulator. So I do have the Pro reg on there a little bit, completely empty. And yeah, I mean, almost 7 ounces different there again. But this is a little bigger. Technically, it's a 80, so it's a little bit larger than the Alpha bottles. I also want to try, we're going to go back here. And the last time I showed this gun on the channel, they kicked me off a live stream. But we're going to try it again and see what happens either way. You know, I'm obviously used to that. I'm used to that, like, 80 tank. We're going to put the 77 on, and I want to just feel how much different Jesus, dude. That's crazy. I mean, it's certainly different. When you put it on a gun, I mean, it's way more noticeable how much lighter it actually is. But that for sure is too short for me. You know, I couldn't just use a 77 like that. I would probably plop on a tank extender. Just like that, to make this bad boy just a little bit longer. I mean, yeah, the length is really good. That length's pretty much the exact same. It's actually a little longer, which I probably like a little bit more. But I really, the back, you know, it's so much, we just talked about all that, but you can see it right there. It just is like shaped quite a bit differently. I want to get out of the way and it'll actually focus. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell that this, you know, that white tank is way like more rounder, so it just feels weird on my shoulder. It just feels so flat. Huh. I don't know. I really like these. They're, you know, it's not often that we're seeing a difference in tanks. I think that the last probably big tank thing we saw was when Ninja released their SL tanks. Now I'm not going to be able to get that off of there. Oh well. When Ninja released their SL tanks, those super light tanks, that was probably I don't know, the last time we saw any like type of change from tanks. So it's just kind of cool to see something actually lighter and something we actually notice a difference in. You know, most of all this tank stuff, it's kind of like, I don't know, people are releasing like new regulators that are better and all this stuff, but it's kind of hard to tell the difference in these things. So it's cool to see that or feel an actual difference in these lighter weight tanks. And they're just about the exact same price as all the other stuff, you know. The Ninja stuff, the Ninja Pro Reg tanks, the SL2s like that one down there, are 165. Yeah, 165. So it's like, I don't know, $30 more. It's not that big a difference. The Alpha tanks.